Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. First and foremost, we'd like to give praises and thanks to our Most High, Supreme Intellect, Yahweh, the Supreme Leader, the Supreme All-Knowing Intelligence of the universe. And I'd like to greet you with the tongue of our ancient forefathers, Shabbat Shalom Lakem. Also, would like to give respect to the leader of the congregation, Prince Uriel Ben Saskar. Also, would like to say Shabbat Shalom to everyone in TV land, all my brothers and sisters out there, those who identify themselves as Israel or still have yet to tap in. And also love and Shabbat Shalom to the congregation of BINAH DCB. Today, I will be doing my tier portion, which will be taking place in Obadiah. But before I like to start, I would like to say Todah Rabbah to the Most High for blessing me and my family for safe travels. Also, Shalom and Todah Rabbah for blessing Dom Dawid to make it safely to DCB. I see he's there in attendance. Most High blessings to him. And may the Most High just have mercy upon us in today's times with everything that's going on. Just stay safe and just stay diligent in the study and praising the Most High. And again, I love you all, to all my brothers and sisters out there. Before I dive into this portion, like what I do all the time, hopefully this is the time where everything is just flawless, no hiccups with the audio or anything. Don't keep our fingers crossed on that, but hallelujah. I like to, when I give these portions, draw characteristics in today's times and current events, while reflecting the prophecies and the things that were spoken back on in these times. Before I continue, just like to say, let's keep an open mind, and may the Most High have mercy upon me if I lead anyone astray or say anything that's not in line with Torah. So, Obadiah chapter 1, we're going to go through this entire first chapter. Let's get it going. And this is the prophecy of Obadiah. We have received tidings from Yahweh, and an envoy has been sent out amongst the nations. Up, let us rise up against her for battle. Thus said Yahweh concerning Edom, I will make you least amongst nations. You shall be most despised. Your arrogant heart has seduced you. You who dwell in cliffs on the rock, in your lofty abode, you think in your heart, who can pull me down to earth? Should you nest as high as the eagle? Should your eyrie be lodged amongst the stars? Even from there I will pull you down, declareth Yahweh. I would like to stop and reiterate there as we go through today's Torah lesson, which I believe my brother Uziel will be taking care of that later. One thing I noticed today, and we are the reflection of Yaakov today. We are Israel, but the actual Yaakov, before he became Israel, he always had strife. He always had instances, not necessarily proving himself, but having to continuously fight for a blessing or to get the blessing. When he had, hey, Esau, you give me the birthright, I'll give you some of this pottage. Thinking ahead, always in a sense that was thinking, but had to fight. Being given the birthright and then being claimed as stealing it. I had to fight through that. Lying to my Abi in order to get a blessing and being sent away, I had to fight through that. Being in my native land and getting, in a sense, finessed by my dog, I had to fight through that. And then even when, meeting his brother Esau, he still had to wrestle and fight with the understanding that I am blessed. I am a child of the Most High. So even in this instance with Edom, we can look at nations today, how they're haughty and they feel like they up high, and how they can continuously downtrod us and bring us down. The Most High will in due time give his judgment. He will give his judgment to these nations who feel like they up here and we're down here. The only thing we have to continue to do is remain in Torah and just keep that fight up. Yaakov was named Israel because he's striven with man and with God and put up a fight and still persevere. We have been given that name and that blessing. So what does that say today in today's times? We have to persevere and continuously fight because we say it all the time, my name is Yisrael. Yisrael have to put up and fight and strive. in order to retain and to keep and gain that blessing, we have to do the same. So all these nations that surround about, and it says also, you should nest as high as an eagle. Look at all these multiple nations who signs or signaries is the eagle. They think they are up high and up loft, but while all we have to do is remain righteous, stay high with the Most High, and just have that fight and zealous spirit to continuously fight, and the Most High will do his bidding, like how he did to have this proclamation set for Edom. If these were to come to you, marauders by night, they will steal no more than they needed. If vinegars came to you, they will surely leave some gleanings. How utterly are you destroyed? How thoroughly defiled is Esau? How ransacked his hordes? All your allies turned you back. In the frontier, your own confederates have duped and overcome you. Those who ate your bread have planned snares under you. He is bereft of understanding in that day, declares Yahweh. It's just like the curses we get when we not steadfast and we walk hard with the Most High. We have our consequences. Edom has their consequences for their walks in the way that they treat us. Again, just take that righteous stead and let the Most High proclamations come and do its work. We live in this, like we said, about the strife. The Most High said he's going to bring a righteous remnant back. He's going to deliver us. All those who place hands on us shall and will get their judgment. Jehovah's word never comes back void. But in the same sense of time, we are going to have to build ourselves up and make sure we're living in a righteous manner. That way in the day Jehovah comes and all his judgment come, we allowed ourselves to have favor in his sight. And even this nation, it could be other nations where our brothers and sisters are living in captivity or in a lower means because of the actions of our forefathers. When judgment comes, all these nations who break bread or do different things of diplomatic or political standpoint, they will have their judgment. They will be in a position where they feel like us, like, man, we've been duped. I will make the wise vanish from Edom, understanding from Esau's mount. Your warriors shall lose heart, O Timon. And not a man in Esau's mouth shall survive the slaughter. For the outrage of your brother Yaakov, disgrace shall engulf you, and you shall perish forever. I like to draw characteristics to today's time. All right, one thing I'm going to continue for, but one thing I like to reiterate on is the Most High saying, and you shall perish forever. Not even a man on Esau's mount shall survive the slaughter. So why in today's time do we have brothers and sisters calling other groups of people Esau? Oh, that's Edom. They the Edom. The Most High already said what was going to happen to Esau and Edom. We have to dig deep and understand and read. When the Most High gave this proclamation, or the Most High says something, it does not come back void. Sometimes some of us got to educate ourselves on what the Most High is saying and has said. If the Jehovah said he's going to tear down and destroy and no one's going to survive, we in today's time shouldn't be giving names or giving affirmation to a nation that the Most High said is not going to be here. On that day when you stood aloof, when aliens carried off his goods, when foreigners entered his gates and cast lots for Jerusalem, you were as one of them. But people come to put that, and that right there is also a reiteration on how we need to be with one another. We may strife and disagree with one another. Somebody says something, I don't like it. Somebody did this, I'm cutting them off. I ain't got nothing to do with them. No, I ain't got time for this. That's fine. Protect your peace. But since when has peace been isolation? Last time I recall being isolated, it's peaceful, but peace in this walk of life is sharing love, compassion, and mercy. Peace in this walk of life is walking steadfast with the Most High. Peace in this walk of life is being surrounded by those who serve this Most High Yah. Everybody's not going to get along, but we need to look out for one another. We need to look out for our brother and our sister. when other groups of people or nations come up to us, like we see in today's time, with what's going on with the Kanye situation, we need to stand up for one another and not continuously let these vices divide us. Sunset, sunrise, this, that. No, we need to come together, brother and sister, one and one hand. Somebody put their hands on, not figuratively speaking, somebody put their hands on Yisrael, all Yisrael go out. Somebody do somebody wrong, everybody speak up. We have to do better, and that's why Esau got this judgment, because as our brother and as a nearby nation, they watched other people what they did to us and stood by and watched. Something we need to take into account when we have issues or if we have strife with brothers and sisters, and how we need to go forward. How could you gaze with thee on your brother that day, on the day of his calamity? How could you gloat over the people of Yehuda? On that day of ruin, how could you loudly jeer on the day of anguish? How could you enter the gate of my people on its day of disaster? Gaze and glee with the others on its misfortune. On its day of disaster, and lay hands on its wealth. On its day of disaster, how could you stand at the passes to cut down its fugitives? How could you betray those who fled on that day of anguish as you did? So shall it be done to you. Your conduct shall be required. We can't sit back and watch people tear our own down. Even though this is Esau's, Edom's judgment, it's something we can learn from. We can't sit back and watch people tear us down, tear each one of us down. We can't sit back and tear each other and one of us down. If the nation of Edom, now the Most High, He loved us. He set us apart. If the Most High loves us and set us apart, in this nation of Esau, Edom, getting judgments like this, how much more will we get judged if we don't help out or if we don't stand up for one another as brethren and sisters? Also, keep in mind with the thing that I'm creating, we have to push forward and fight, not for just ourselves on who we is, but for one another. Yes, again, all nations that on the day of Yahweh is at hand. The same cup that you drank on my holy mount, shall all nations drink evermore. Drink till their speech grows thick and they become as though they have never been. But on Zion's mount a remnant shall survive, and it shall be holy. The house of Yaakov shall dispossess those who dispossess them. Back to what I was saying. Yaakov, Israel, he fought and he strove. He fought and he strove. He had to flee from his brother. He had to get duped by his uncle. He had to get subdued by his uncle. He had to have that fear in his heart. I got to meet my brother. Everything worked out. He walked with the Most High and followed the Most High lead. That's how we have to be. We don't always have to fight and strive and have to have that rigor in there to stand and fight. That's what it is. That's how we got our name. We're blessed by that. We always have to fight. And not only just fight with others, with ourselves. Not even fight. We have to fight the inner things that we don't like to address. We have to fight the issues we try to sweep up under the rug and we walk away like everything's good. We have to fight against our own ills in order to bring out the righteousness within us. But with all that, that's how a righteous remnant comes. When we constantly chastise ourselves, when we constantly wrestle with the negative thoughts and not just let them sink in and set and we just go doing whatever we want. A righteous remnant comes out of self-correction, understanding who you are and what you have to do to be better, and that's where we all have to be if we want to be a part of that righteous remnant. The house of Yaakov shall be fire, and the house of Joseph flame, and the house of Esau shall be straw. They shall burn in and devour it, and no survivor shall be left in the house of Esau, for Yehovah has spoken. Thus they should possess the Negeb and the Mount Esau as well, the Shephelah and the Philistia. They shall possess the Ephraimite country and the district of Samaria, and Binyamin along with Gilead. And that exiled force of Israelites shall possess what belongs to the Phoenicians, as well as the Zareph, while the Jerusalemites exiled community of Shaphat shall possess the towns of the Negev. For liberators shall march up on Mount Zion to reap judgment on Mount Esau, and dominion shall be Yahweh's. To tie everything again, we have to be steadfast in this walk, and we have to do better, not with ourselves and wrestle with ourselves, but we have to find a way to mitigate the ills that we have with one another from the past, the present, and what will take place in the future. We have to treat one another with love and compassion. We have to be there for one another when other nations, like the ones we live in captivity, our brothers and sisters on the four corners, will have to rally up against. We all have to come together and be as one. So when the day of Yahweh comes, we're judged as one. When the day of Yahweh comes, we can be a part of that righteous remnant. Stick together and stay steadfast. When the day of Yahweh come, we watch all these various nations, just like how Edom in this portion got their judgment, the nations we live in get theirs. As I've been in this walk of life, one thing I noticed, not all, but a lot of people, we like, even, I'm gonna be inclusive. We like to point the finger at other nations, but we never point the fingers at ourselves and say what we gonna do to make ourselves better. The 400 plus years of servitude, that was a punishment. We get that. We can't use that as an excuse. We've been here for 400 years. What are we going to do differently to get out? This nation controls this, and does this. We know and understand that. What can we control and do together to make our situation better? With all that being said, we have to do better and let Yahweh give his judgment to these nations that we live in, but we got to stay in that righteous manner. As I close, I would like to say, hopefully I didn't lead anyone astray. May the Most High continuously bless and build me to be able to come and do this more often and speak more fluent and more passionately and just be a greater giver and a lesson. Everyone who can hear the sound of my voice, may the Most High bless you, and everyone who's near and dear to you, may the Most High bless us on this day of rest. Let's keep the Shabbat day holy. Let's have love and compassion. Like I always like to close, if I've done anything to anyone outside of this message, please forgive me. Have forgiveness and compassion amongst to me, but also have that same heart and have forgiveness, compassion, and mercy to those that have hurt you as well.